What is up, my people? Welcome back to the NTD Awards show of 2021. I'm your boy Nassim the Dream. This next video goes dedicated to the top 15 EPs of 2021. This is a selection of EPs that I've considered to be the top 15 of all that I've listened to all year. As I go through this list to briefly describe each of these projects, just know, guys, that I highly recommend every single one of them. So without further ado, let's get right into it. For the number 15 spot, I have chosen K-pop singer Yukika's Timeout. When dividing the bulk of big names in K-pop, narrowing it down to the ones who present some of the most not only authentic K-pop quality, but some of the most thoughtful and influential inclusions. The traits of jazz, rock, and electronics give so much co-support to the K-pop foundation on this EP. I really found Yukika's singing and ideas from this EP were some of the most bold in the genre currently, and easily believe she's one of the best in K-pop today. Number 14 spot goes to the indie pop group Beach Bunny with their new project, Blame Game. Signed on to Mom and Pop Music, Beach Bunny is a band based out of Chicago who have been well under the indie radar with quite the large audience. The band embraced an indie bedroom pop style attire, which have moved and exhibited a thorough contribution to the genre wave, the biggest highlight for the band being this EP. The band does well in making a tune so genuinely prominent and productively is some of the best work showcased on the EP, which overall some great band chemistry with each of the members on here, bright clean guitar riffs, wonderful catchy choruses, just some of the best indie rock cuts I've heard all around. And we have the number 13 pick, which I see as one of the best hip-hop projects to come out in East Coast underground hip-hop, The Plugs I Met Too by Benny the Butcher and Henry Fraud. Benny the Butcher is easily one of my most praised hip-hop artists coming out of the East Coast hip-hop game, and also of course his highly praised group Griselda. Benny the Butcher is no stranger when it comes to collabing with certain producers like this, who capture some of the best classical jazz-inspired sampling with multi-dimensional drum sounds, and this project obtained some of the best hip-hop I've heard all year. Some of the best tracks in the project go with songs Overall, Live By It, Plug Talk, and most notably the song Longevity, with easily the best French Montana verse I've heard ever from him. Coming in with the number 12 pick, Philly's own Jazmine Sullivan, Hoax Tales. Jasmine constructs a very interesting piece of an EP that carries these themes of different people telling their own tale of what makes an empowering woman. Each story followed by a lovely R&B and neo-soul tune. Features Ari Lennox, Anderson .Paak, and her all bring something very valuable to the table. But more importantly, Jasmine demonstrates great singing from here front to back on the project lead vocals and background. Next on the list goes to a hip-hop EP, TKMZ's Last Year Was Weird Volume 3. To point it out, I personally didn't think that this first piece of the trilogy was the best, my best pick being Volume 2, but TKMZ still presents that she has plenty of fuel still in the tank with this newest release. Many of the cuts on here still throw down as a hip-hop banger, and many of the touches productively are still so quaint. Top 10, here we go. For the number 10 spot, I pick Lorna Shores and I return to Nothingness. Easily one of the most relentless, brutal, disgustingly harrowing deathcore projects of the year, and in my opinion the best of the bands yet. There's also some black metal elements we're discovering with the organs filling the background, giving that deathcore instrumentation. It's a really nice touch. Very fucking heavy, screaming is fucking merciless, pressure is constant all the way through. Number 9 pick, I pick Space Lace's Vaultage 3. I know it seems a bit weird to count this as an EP since it's basically a mix put into one single, but I don't care. I'm counting it as the EP. But Space Laces creates a fucking rapid fire of utter destruction dubstep. Very big dramatic drum build-up, sound design is out of this world. I'm just left so dizzy after this. I fucking love it. Next we have hardcore noise punk band Gel with Violent Disclosure. This EP is a world of circle pit fun. Intensity keeps at 100 all the way through the whole play. Love the mixing on this one, love the riffs, adore the teeth grinding aggression to it. It's kick ass, dude. Kick ass. For the number 7 spot, I've chosen the new Mannequin Pussy EP. Perfect. As hilarious as the name is, what isn't a joke is the band style. It has like a sweet and sour kind of combo metaphorically to it. It packs such an abundance of flavor. The fusions of indie rock, punk, and rock even go a little bit hardcore on here. This is definitely one of the most enjoyable, consistent, and lovely records I've heard. Number 6 goes to Peggy himself, JPEGMAFIA, EP 2. Peggy always continues to make his mark onto the alt hip-hop community. To me, that undergoes as one of the most underrated artists today. Not just underrated hip-hop artists, the most underrated artist. Yes, I understand that his numbers aren't insultingly low or anything, but by any means it still doesn't reach the number that I think it should. The effects JPEG has when using his skills with the elements of alt hip-hop and lo-fi and experimental hip-hop, they're impeccable. So many delicate made tracks on here, brilliant songwriting, tremendous production head to toe. Top 5, let's go! Number 5, we're gonna give it to Chica, Once Upon a Time. Not only narratively do I find this EP so enchanting, but what's even more jaw-dropping is her singing. If you didn't know already, Chica is predominantly known as a rapper, but the girl's got pipes. Fairy Tale is an excellent start to the play. Cinderella Part 1 and 2 are gifts to the ear. The mix is pristine in sense. The whole EP is spellbound. It's amazing. Number 4, we're gonna give it to post-noise punk band, Show Me the Bodies, Survive. This is a band that kills the noise. The unbearable loud distortions in the mix over with these vocals, they're so perfect. I love the sludge metal aesthetics put onto the record with these tracks. The brute vocals are pessimistically enraging. I thought these tracks were incredibly well made and create a dark aura of sickness. It's fucking great. Number 3, I present Skullcrushers, Storm in the Summer. Helen Ballantine is an indie folk singer-songwriter whom released this project back early this April. Storm of the Summer is easily one of the most gorgeous projects in all of folk music to this year. I love the outdoor back noises added to each track to make every track sound so organic and really sound recorded outside. It adds more of that nature to nurture type of feel to it and make it feel so fresh. The Wilshire guitar strings and vocals are angelic and a little bit ghostly, but in parallel give so much depth to these songs. Strum patterns on Song for Nick Drake are cleverly alluring. Helen's singing progressively gets more enjoyable track by track. It's absolutely excellent. Number 2, I'm gonna give it to Poppy's Eat, the NXT Soundtrack. Poppy is a very big name in current metal with her very big moves that she's pulled on her discography. She goes as one of the most underestimated artists in the game. To make such hard-hitting metal rock tracks for the WWE's NXT is so unexpected to be this fucking sick. All the electronic and experimental sound inclusions are prestigious. Then even gets more intense into leading into Say Cheese, with her even getting a little bit more aggressive with her screaming and more intense instrumentation. Then goes into Q, where it's just fucking relentless. Poppy can fucking scream. She can fucking scream. And like, this isn't the first time we found her screaming on a record. I find it to be like way more like sharp on this one. Like very sharp to the tip. Like katana sharp. Like ooh, that make you bleed for sure. Readers even brings down the tone a little bit, but still just makes such a really sick metal rock groove. And still concludes to a strong finish with Dark World. This was honestly a very tough pick for me. This originally was at my number 1, but unfortunately, a new EP came out too recently. Had to give it to that one. And ladies and gentlemen, may I present to my number 1 spot, the number 1 EP, my favorite EP of 2021. We're gonna give it to Knocked Loose's
A Tear in the Fabric of Life.
Now, I haven't really been that much on the Knocked Loose wagon, though of course they made some great bangers in the metalcore, hardcore punk music industry, but there's something so more like gory, dark, brutal, merciless, way more aggression off of this, and the anger just feels so potent on here. It's absolutely infectious with the aggression. Like, you really feel the hits coming in on those breakdowns, on those heavy guitar riffs, on the screaming, dude. The screaming gives some of the most harrowing anguish and anger in all of metal of 2021. It fucking is coursing through my fucking veins. Sorry. But for real, Knocked Loose has really made a huge upgrade to their skills with this one. Going from track 1 into 2 to God Knows, hearing the drum rolls into those really rapid, dark, heavy riffs. The horror templates on here are like so bloody, like I just see blood. Ryan Garrett's performance all the way from the front to back on this EP are some of the best I've ever heard from him. Not only is this EP so prestigious and marking into their discog, but this EP, in my opinion, starts to show some exponential growth that we might see, that we might be seeing one of the most legendary growing bands in hardcore punk. I can't give enough love to this EP. I mean, it's just absolutely sick all the way through. I love playing each tracks on here, and honestly, the band deserves it. They worked really hard on here. I think they really deserve this spot. And there you have it. There are my top 15 EPs of 2021. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, go ahead and hit the like and share button, and also hit the subscribe button if you're already not, and hit the bell as well to always keep notified on my newest content. Down in the description, you'll see all the links to the projects that I talk about in this video, and also the links to my social media accounts so you can keep up with me on the daily. And I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Deuces.